My name is Yale, and I'm the founder of Safeheart. And at Safeheart, we have one dream, is that in the future, all of our vital signs will be available to us everywhere we go through the use of our smartphones. How did I get here? In 2009, in my second startup, a medical device distribution company that's still currently doing $3 million in annual sales, we sold a pulse oximeter to a customer. She called me and said, my eyesight's deteriorated. I can't really read what's being displayed. And I said, what would be a good way to show the results? She said, what if I can see them on my phone? And I thought, a phone oximeter? What a great idea. So for the next 3 years, I put together a team to realize that dream of building such a device. And through 13 iterations, we came out with the eye oximeter. So we launched the Indiegogo campaign and sold a couple hundred units. We got some press coverage. And we went to a few trade shows and met a couple of cool guys who became our super fans. And as of this spring, we've sold 10,000 eye oximeters. So what are we working on right now? Well, as you know, high blood pressure is a pretty big problem. There's 80 million people in the US who have hypertension, and we're actually in the Southeast in the heart of the stroke belt, as Alex was talking about earlier. So it's a big concern. Consequences of hypertension include heart disease, stroke, erectile dysfunction, and blindness, and causing irreparable neurological damage. So working with the team out of Oxford University, their advisor, Dr. Gary Clifford, is actually here in the audience. We came up with the MobiCuff. It's a smartphone blood pressure monitor that uses no batteries. So we enrolled in the National Science Foundation I-Corps program and surveyed over 100 patients, and we found that generally they're first diagnosed in their 40s. They do own a smartphone, and if they measured themselves at all, they only measure about once a month. So that's not a very happy story. We also found that doctors and loved ones of those who have high blood pressure have almost no influence on changing their behavior, and that of those who are addressing their condition, they do it by medication, overwhelmingly over diet and exercise. And finally, what they use is not as good, and even their doctors don't trust the accuracy of the results that they're getting from their home monitors. And worst of all, they talk about how they love getting the most accurate one, but they end up buying the cheapest one. Well, the good news is that the MobiCuff is both more affordable and more accurate. But we can't just be better, faster, cheaper. That's not how it doesn't work anymore. So we had to figure out what's going to make it sticky. And because of Chris Clausen and what he's talked about in NeuroLaunch, we were able to bring together a group of neuroscientists and figure out that people can be incentivized to measure themselves more often, and that they want to know how they're doing compared to other people. So we're introducing mobification. We're making it fun to measure your blood pressure. We hosted a focus group where we developed some gamification techniques, including unlockable features that will only unlock after a certain number of measurements, the ability to compare your results versus those of the National Institute of Health averages for your age and gender group, and other users who are on the MobiCuff system. And finally, the ability to send your results to a doctor for review. And of course, we have an avatar, a Moby the Owl, a character whose plumage and mood depends on how often you're measuring yourself. So you want to keep him healthy and happy. And that builds into a total rewards package where constant achievements and constant trophies are unlocked, making it both fun and addictive to measure your blood pressure. Some people have even said that this is a game changer.
Yeah, babe. I gotta pump it up. Let's go.
So we're actually launching an Indiegogo campaign for the MobiCuff right now, and we're supporting that with a full social media campaign. So go to that website right now, buy yourself one if you're interested. And what's next? What are we going to do in the future? Well, remember the oximeter that I talked to you guys about earlier? Well, actually, I have the next version of that too, as soon as I can get it out of my pocket. There it goes. All right. We now call it the iOx, and it works with a greater range of smartphones, 95%. It uses less power, and it comes with an audible alarm. And we're going to be meeting with several retailers to talk about carrying this and the MobiCuff in the near future. So what are we looking for today? We're looking for a vice president of sales who, with deep ties into retail and pharmacy chain circles, so that we can get our products on their store shelves. We're looking for some growth capital. And of course, pilot programs, partners to test our products, and gamification expertise. So a little bit more about us. Every year since 2013, we've experienced 150% annual growth in revenue. And this year, we're projected with the iOx and the MobiCuff launch of having about $750,000 in revenue, all without any outside funding. And we're looking to increase all of our revenue opportunities here through the total addressable market of 12 million home blood pressure units a year. We actually have a pre-order for 1,000 units of MobiCuff once that device is FDA cleared. And we have other opportunities with hospitals, big data, and insurers. And so here are some of the folks that we're working with. I just want to point out a couple of things. One is that next Thursday, we will be visiting CVS in their headquarters in Rhode Island to talk about these products. And also on the lower left-hand corner is a company called iCore, who's making a sports oximeter for specifically for the Football League. And we are actually working with them on developing their algorithm because we have a superior way to counteract motion artifact. So those are all projects that we are currently going to be working on. And here are other groups that we'd love to work with. So if any of you know anybody at any of these companies, come talk to me. And that's all to bring about a future where all of our vital signs are going to be available to us everywhere we go. Thank you.